Dr. Davis here with Rainy Pain and Performance. I have a little nugget on protecting your joints and making sure you're doing the right effort at the right time with phases of healing and supplying it with what it needs, primarily proteins and minerals and vitamins. So I found this on MedBridge, which was really nice. It's pretty specific. The less acronym definitely helps. Just listen to your body. Stop the activity if you're experiencing more than usual pain. So definitely use the pain as the indicator of I'm doing too much. If it sticks around for more than an hour, then you know whatever that activity was too much. If it goes away within an hour, then maybe it was okay, and see if the next day you can do that again without causing more pain. Energy conservation is really good. It allows you to break up whatever the tasks that you do need to do because everyone does have a life still, even though they're trying to heal. But try to avoid those activities that you cannot stop. So push them towards the end of your phase of healing. Once you're better. That might be 8 weeks from now, though. So I know that's hard to stomach that. Try to get the stronger joints to take the lead. So if you're having to carry something, keep it close to your body. Put the bag on your shoulder. Open jars with your palm instead of just your fingers. Use a shopping cart instead of carrying the basket. You get my point. Try to be smart and protect yourself, even when you're 6 weeks in or 8 weeks in, when you think I shouldn't have to really worry. I still would be more cautious than anything because you're still trying to heal. And then the last one is strategize. Either talk to one of us or another healthcare provider, and try to figure out how can I become a fast responder as opposed to a slow responder or a non-responder. A fast responder is someone that hits the phases of healing perfectly. A slow responder might take longer, and non-responder is no matter what we try, it doesn't seem like it's healing, and we don't want that. So I've been talking a lot about phases of healing. I'd say the first phase you need to worry about is that very acute phase up to about a week. That's when you cut yourself or you fall or have a bruise. Not much you have to do then other than ice and rest. Maybe some gentle movement, but very little. About 2 weeks up until 4 to 5 weeks is when it's starting to decrease some of that inflammation and starting to try to heal itself. Even in that phase, not a lot you have to do. You do decrease some of the icing, and you do try to move it in a passive way without using those muscles. And if it's a bone, you're really not going to do much with it. It's just going to have to heal. At about that 6 week to 10 week is when bones are healing still, but they're quite calloused, and some of the muscles and tendons are getting stronger. That's when you can start to load a little bit more. And then at about the 12 to 16 week mark is when you might start to feel like, okay, things are getting back to the way they were. So that's a lot. I mean, that's a really 3 to 4 months after an injury is when you should start to feel like, okay, I think I can do whatever I could before. That's hard for us to stomach because it's a long time. So how to become that fast responder? I would say definitely get as much fluid as you can. Try to get enough protein, vitamins, and minerals. And calories are good in this phase of healing. You don't want to restrict calories. So here's just a couple of examples. On the left is the protein. Real good sources of protein there, both animal and non-animal. And on the right is all the vitamins, minerals, lots of animal products and all the vegetables. And if you're in a deficit, it's going to be a caloric deficit. It's going to be really hard to heal whatever you're healing from. So try to push into a little bit extra calories, specifically during those first 3 months when you're healing. And then this is the last piece here of what to do. So on the left is light activities that you might be doing when you're in that first stage of healing. And even in that second stage, up to the 6 week mark, you might still just be doing some of those. You might be pushing into the moderate to some degree, but I'd still be careful. I'd say that last phase is when you're finally in that middle, the moderate intensity activities, and even to the right, the vigorous stuff. At the 3 to 4 month mark is when you should be able to start doing those again. So we should, once we're healed up, be able to do 300 minutes a week of that middle group. And we should be able to do unlimited of everything on the left. Things on the right, 150 minutes a week. So I hope that helps. Ideally with this video, I'm trying to help you become a fast responder instead of a slow responder. Slow responders take about 6 months to 9 months. Non-responders are a year or just never get better. So I would like you to be able to get towards the 3-month window. To do that, make sure you're resting and hydrating, eating enough protein, getting enough minerals, vitamins, doing the right stuff on this left side, and hopefully that helps. Have a good day.